Long ago, in the shimmering depths of space, there existed a planet called Xylem. It was a world that humans had never touched, a forgotten place on the edges of the galaxy. Xylem's skies were filled with strange purple clouds, and its oceans were a deep, glowing blue. Yet, no one knew if it was inhabited. Ancient whispers told of beings that lived beneath the surface, beings whose minds could travel across the stars. A deep space probe named Odyssey was sent to Xylem, carrying brave astronauts who would uncover its mysteries. They were to gather information about the strange energy signals coming from the planet. After months of travel, they reached Xylem. But when the probe returned, only one astronaut, Captain Alara, came back with it. Her body was unchanged, but her eyes, they were different. Cold. Hollow. The crew on Earth waited for her to speak of what she had seen, but she was silent, her lips pressed tightly together. Captain Alara's mind was locked away, as though something inside her had shut it off. The Odyssey had returned, but it was not the same. The probe's data was corrupted, and all communications from the surface of Xylem had been lost. A strange rumor began to spread among the stars. Captain Alara had never left Earth at all. The Odyssey had not gone to Xylem. It had gone somewhere else. Somewhere darker. Somewhere that no living being should ever return from. What happened on that lonely, distant world? That, my friends, is a story not even the stars dare to tell. The whispers of the cosmos grew louder, traveling through the minds of explorers and dreamers who dared to listen. They spoke of a lost civilization, one that existed long before humanity could reach the stars. The Zorons, they were called, beings of light and shadow, who had unlocked the secrets of the universe. Their technology was beyond comprehension, woven into the very fabric of space itself. But something had gone terribly wrong. Captain Alara's strange silence only deepened the mystery. Months passed, and the scientists who studied her found nothing physical amiss. Her body functioned normally, her heart beat in rhythm, but her mind was something else. Some said she had been touched by the Zorons themselves, their ancient minds reaching through the veil of space and leaving something behind. Others said she had encountered the Threll, creatures from beyond time, whose eyes could steal the very essence of a soul. One night, under the pale light of Earth's moon, Alara spoke in her sleep. Her words were not human, alien, perhaps, or a forgotten language. Those who heard it said they felt an unnatural coldness in the air, as if the very universe itself had paused to listen. Then came the visions. Strangely, they weren't hers alone. Others began to see flashes of an ancient city, its towers stretching far beyond the stars. But it was a city in ruins, its streets empty, its skies choked with darkness. Something terrible had happened there, something that no one could explain. Was it a warning? Or had Alara brought back something far worse? No one knew. But everyone who encountered her began to feel that same unease, the chill of the unknown crawling down their spines. And so, the legend of the return of the silent traveler grew, as the shadows of the Zorons, the Threll, and the lost city began to haunt the corners of the galaxy. It wasn't long before strange phenomena began to occur across the galaxy. First, it was subtle, a flicker in the stars, a distortion in the light. Then came the whispers, faint at first, like a voice carried by the wind through the infinite void. The signal was coming from somewhere deep, beyond known space, from a region where no ship had ever ventured. Captain Alara, now a shell of her former self, still spoke in cryptic words, her eyes glazed and distant. But when she gazed upon the stars, her face changed, an expression of horror, as if she could see something terrible far off in the distance. It was then that the message came. From the depths of space, an ancient broadcast, carrying a warning: the Zorons had not vanished. They had been consumed. The Threll, those creatures who had once been shadows in the corners of forgotten worlds, were not just hunters, they were changers, taking those they touched and molding them into something new. Something alien. Ilara's eyes seemed to glow with an unnatural light as she spoke her final words. They came back wrong, and they're not alone. The galaxy stood still. No one knew what to do with the knowledge Ilara had brought back. Was it a prophecy? A curse? Or the beginning of a new age of terror? The truth was, no one could be sure. The darkness that had consumed the Zorons and the Threll was now reaching outward, like a cosmic tide. As the whispers spread, the stars seemed to flicker once more. What had been a legend, a quiet tale of a probe returning with its lone, hollow survivor, was now an unshakable reality. The universe, it seemed, had its own secrets, ones far older and far darker than anyone could ever imagine. And Captain Ilara, the silent traveler, was no longer a hero, but a warning. The tale of what happened to the Odyssey and its crew would echo across space, forever leaving a question: was Ilara's return truly the end, or just the beginning? And so, my friends, the stars remained silent, watching, waiting. Who will uncover the truth of the Zorons? Who will answer the call of the Threll? Perhaps, one day, another explorer will hear the pulse and set off, only to find that some mysteries are never meant to be solved.